Okay guys, it's Mark here, back with another playing card review, and today is a big day because we are opening let me take it out of the box here, the Dan and Dave Private Reserve, Dan and Dave Private Reserve, sorry I can't think, Smoke and Mirrors V1. I have opened this part before, but I've never opened this actual part. And I said I was going to do this at 50 subscribers, but I haven't ordered any cards recently, and I've been looking at my cards. I mean, what card do I want to do a review on? And nothing sounded too exciting. Most of them I've opened or aren't going to open. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, we'll do these cards tonight. So yeah, this is the box. Definitely not a traditional tuck case. Obviously, being how old it is and how much these cards are usually worth, it is not in perfect condition. But yeah, very good condition for the age it's in. Yeah, there's, a couple little things on the side, but for the most part, very cool. Also wanted to do this review because I mentioned before, I've only seen one other person who's reviewed these cards on YouTube, and he was kind of crass and kind of went into it with a lot of negativity, and so there's really not many reviews of these cards on YouTube. So anyway, enough talking, let's get into the deck of cards. So yeah, something cool about these cards, it has this thing with the number you are out of 2,500, and it has the signature of who packaged the cards. So yeah, very cool little detail. And I've always wondered who has, obviously Dan and Dave probably have the first couple, but if you had 5 out of 2,500, or a cool number like that, that would make the cards worth even more. But yeah, so you just open up this part, and then this is wrapped in gold foiling. And after this video, I'm probably going to close these cards and not open them again for a long time. So I'm going to be careful opening these. But yeah, as you can see, there's a little spot here, but other than that, it hasn't been tampered with at all, being old. Forget what year these. So these they didn't come out till later on, but they were made, I think, around the times of the Smoke and Mirrors V1s, so yeah, very interesting. But as I was getting out of that, they are an older deck of cards, so that's why this is open a little bit. I've had many people on Reddit tell me these are the best feeling cards they've ever used, and yeah, I've heard a lot of good things from it, besides that guy on YouTube, and if you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I'm going to try and open these carefully. It does look like they are glued, or it is glued in the centerpiece here. I'm going to see if I can just slide them in through here. Looks like we can. So that way I don't have to tear that little thing. They are getting a little bit out of order by doing this. Sorry, I want these to be in order for the video, so I'm going to fix this real quick. Okay, perfect. So here is the cards in all their glory. Love that back design. This video, wow, those fans, super nice, is gonna be kind of like the Dan and Dave Anyone Worldwide video. Wow, these cards feel amazing. Where it's kind of more of a subtle, stylish, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not as crazy, but they are very cool, just in a different, modern, minimalistic, yeah, type of way. I'm trying to think of the word I'm thinking of, but yeah, can't think of it. But anyway, so yeah, here's one of the 4 ad cards. It's the D&D, and then I'll give you guys a good look at the background there. So it's kind of interesting. You got the similar, or the D&D logo that the Smoke and Mirrors always have, but then it has the kind of so you can see little balls that just kind of form into a pattern there. It's very cool. And also, someone I would have to look it up, but so kind of interesting because, like I said, I think these cards were made right after the V1s came out, and you can flame me in the comments if I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure they are. But where I was getting at with that, I'm surprised there's smoke and mirrors and not just one or the other like the V1s were. But here are the two jacks. Very elegant, that's the word I was looking for. Very cool. Two-sided jokers. Yeah, same as the back design, two-sided. Very cool. So yeah, that's that, and I'm really glad we didn't have to rip this, but love this gold foiling. Yeah, hopefully afterwards I'll be put it back together, and then these cards will probably never be opened again, at least for a very long time. Maybe on a special occasion, but I want to see what the face cards look like. So yeah, we've got that similar gold color for the number cards, the pips and indices, and yeah, that fan looks beautiful. Like I said, is a two-way design, but a couple of the cards, guess just probably the Ace of Spades, are a one-way design, and look at how beautiful that Ace of Spades is. The D&D playing card co on there, D&D playing card company. So yeah, very cool Ace of Spades, and yeah, these cards feel great. We're gonna go through them a little bit before I shuffle them and use them a little bit and stuff. I'm just nervous holding these cards, like I don't want to mess them up in any way. But so it looks like they're sticking with the black and sticking with standard on the pips and indices, and as you can see by the last card here, instead of the red for the diamonds and hearts, they went with that gold color. So yeah, won't spend, I was just gonna say, won't spend too much time on the number cards, but look at that jack. Very, yeah, like I said, very elegant, very black tie vibes type of thing. Yeah, very fancy deck of cards. Same with the queen. So yeah, the court cards are not standard. They've got that different colorway, and I believe the patterns are slightly different. I could be wrong on that, but I'm not positive. And then yeah, like I said, sorry for saying so much, but yeah, like I said, the diamonds and hearts are this gold color instead of the typical red, and then they're staying with the black for the spades and clubs. Again, look at the court cards there, very cool. I like, yeah, I really like, I've talked about it in a previous video, but I kind of, oh, that's a nice one, very subtle, but very cool. But I think I'm leaning more towards these type of cards where it's small differences instead of like crazy, like wild cards. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love like the Stranger deck is one of my favorite decks of playing cards. But yeah, there's something about these decks of cards where it's just small differences, and yeah, obviously both kinds are popular, and yeah, it's just personal preference. But yeah, let's go through the last few cards here. Love that King of Hearts stabbing himself in the head, as the King of Hearts always does. Queen, very cool. Jack, yeah, so it's just got that different colorway, and I think it's standard. Other than that, it might be a little different, it's hard to say. But yeah, love the color of those hearts. Okay, so yeah, that's going through the cards here, and now really what everyone's been waiting for. Love that card, by the way. A couple shot. I've been doing the shorts, I've been doing really good, but it takes a long time to edit, like, you know, getting every card in, so I was just doing that for a second, because I know that will be part of the short I make. But yeah, I'm just gonna mention it now while I'm trying out these cards for a sec. If you guys have any deck of cards you want me to review, let me know. If I have them, I'll review them, and if I don't have them, I'll get them and review them. Also, I've been thinking about maybe going through like a couple of my first card reviews. Takes a minute with a new deck of cards. Wow, that's nice. Listen to that sound. Perfect, not too slippery. But anyways, I was saying like my Yosegi video, that did really good. and someone told me they had never seen those cards reviewed before, and I was kind of thinking, I was like, man, I wish I had reviewed those cards in this new, very slippery, in this new setup, when, you know, I'm a little better at reviewing. So yeah, I might go back and do those again. We'll see. But yeah, cards feel super nice. Pretty slippery. I would say not quite as slippery as like a brand new deck of Smoke and Mirrors or like a brand new Art of Play deck would be. And that's just from the age and stuff. No, sorry, my cat is coming over. But yeah, very cool cards. Sorry. Okay, as I was saying, sorry, take 4. My cat keeps coming back up on my desk. I don't know what his deal is tonight. That's something he's never done before, and hopefully he doesn't do it again right now. But yeah, sorry, I think I was in the middle of saying, though, like, these cards feel super new. Like, a lot of times they're hard to get that. Like, you know, they kind of spin around with the new deck of cards a lot of the time, and they feel like that. But they don't feel like quite as slippery as a new deck of cards, and they feel great. And like I said, part of that could be from the time, but I mean, a good deck of cards should last a very long time, no matter, you know, as long as it's been sitting in the right temperature and stuff. Speaking of that, I actually have this deck I got a while back. Yeah, still a little slippery. It's the, if you've seen the, like, Pan Am Airway playing cards, they were, like, given out, like, I don't know if it was just, like, first class or what it was, but, like, on airplanes in the 70s, and I have an unopened pack of them. They're a little bit smaller than, than standard cards, but yeah, I don't know what size they are, but yeah, they're a little small, but anyway, those are from the 70s, and I've heard from many people that playing cards in the 70s were very good, I believe, and then they kind of started to suck in the 80s, for USPCC at least. So I'm gonna do a video on those at some point, would be interested to see how they feel. But yeah, as for these cards, sorry if I'm repeating this, I had to do a couple, like, 1-minute takes because of my cat, but like I said, a bunch of people told me, like, these are the best, new deck of cards, the best feeling playing cards they've ever used, and so I had very high expectations for these cards, but they definitely met, if not exceeded, my expectations. Yeah, they're still very slippery, very springy, but yeah, very nice deck of cards. Trying to get a good shuffle in here. Sometimes it's, there we go. Oh yeah, those feel great. Yeah, the fan can be a little tough sometimes. I don't know if I got something on one of the cards, or if it's just from them. Probably just from them being stuck together for a while, but love how that fan looks. That looks amazing. Yeah. So yeah, let's get into the rating. Oh my gosh, these cards feel amazing. Yeah, so the feel of these cards, definitely gonna be a 10 out of 10. I mean, this deck might be a 50 out of 50, honestly. We'll see. But, yeah, 10 out of 10 on that tuck case. As I showed you guys earlier, very unique tuck case. And then, I think this is technically part of, or as I would count it, part of the tuck case, just, because, yeah, it's still covered in that, or it was before I opened it. But, yeah, so we'll give that a 10 out of 10 as well, giving us 20 out of 20. Back design, it is simple, but I love that D&D logo. I love that gold color. Yeah, it's just very elegant, as I said earlier in the video. So that will have to be a 10 out of 10 as well. And, yeah, then for the face cards, pips, indices, core cards, all of those, you know, very simple, like very close to standard, but for this deck of cards, I wouldn't want anything else. So that may be a little biased, but for this deck of cards, like I said, if this was in, I don't know, some crazy deck of cards, I'd be like, what? But for this deck of cards, it's definitely what you want it to be. Yeah, seeing if I can do a perfect shuffle of these cards real quick. Man, that worked super fast. So yeah, cards feel great. Let's see if I do this right, this will be very satisfying. Oh yeah, listen to that sound. So yeah, very great deck of cards. As I was saying though, sorry, 10 out of 10 on that. And the real only difference is the color on these. I think, I could be wrong, I don't know. I look at so many decks of cards and that's not standard. Either way, I like the colorway for it. It fits this deck of cards. So yeah, we're gonna go 10 out of 10 on that, which brings us up to 40 out of 40. Yeah, like I said, having a little trouble with the fan, but they might just need to be mixed up a little bit. Could just be because of the age of them, but man, those cards sound so nice. Let's see if we do it. Yeah, great cards. Very great cards. Oh yeah, that looks so good. Sorry, this is gonna be a long video. Mostly me just marveling at this deck of cards. As well as I forgot to mention, this would go in with the tuck case too. Not to mention it was already a 10 out of 10, but that just adds to it. Super cool. Price on these cards, I'll put up there. I honestly forget what it was. Definitely an expensive deck of cards, but for what they are, I mean, this sits right there. So like, you know, on top of my card shelf. Partially because it's so cool, partially because this doesn't fit in one of the cassette slots. But, you know, it's one of those decks of cards that, like I said, this might be the only time I ever open it. Yeah, maybe get them out and use them for, like, very, very special occasions down the line. But, no plans for them anytime soon other than staying right up there. So, yeah. Man, I mean, this deck of cards is so great. Like I said, the price, I know it's expensive, I'll put it up above, but I think I have to go 50 out of 50 on this. I know I've done a lot of high ratings lately, but yeah, this deck of cards just represents so much as a whole. As, I mean, a lot of, like, you'd say the same thing about the Smoke and Mirrors V1s, even more so. But yeah, just, wow, very slippery still. Not bad. But yeah, this deck of cards just represents, like, for me at least, you know, the beginning of cardistry, and it's got a lot of history behind it, and it's a very cool deck of cards. Yeah, like I said, it's not too flashy or anything, but to me it's a 50 out of 50. So yeah, we're calling it a perfect deck of cards, if there is such a thing. But yeah, super cool. Gonna see if I can get this fit back in here. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I've been really excited to make this video, so I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. Let me know what deck you want me to review next, and let me know what you guys thought of this deck of cards. Is it worth it, or was it not worth it? But I think it's worth it, so either way. But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.